turn this down. Oh well, everyone can hear me right now, but I've forgotten the starting page, so we're just going to start off with this page. Hello everybody, how's it going? Hope everybody is doing well. Got a few people in here already. I mean, yeah, we're talking about Game Week 22 today. We're going to have a quick little review of Game Week 22, but mainly we're going to be discussing Game Week 23, and I mean the new Game Week 24, Game Week 25, double game weeks that have just come out. There's going to be a lot of discussion around that because it's literally just very new information. Actually, do you reckon I should clickbait the title right now? I should be like, dang, double game week 24 announced. Let's do it. And also, sorry, how rude of me. We are joined today by the wonderful Mr. L. Taylor. How are you doing?
Oh, that's a very nice introduction. I'm doing good, thanks.
Incredible. So talk us through it. I haven't actually got your team, unfortunately. How very poor of me. Very poor admin. But talk us through how your Game Week 22 is going, because we still have one game left tonight. But yeah, just talk us through how that's going.
So I'm all out now. I don't have any Spurs or Chelsea players. So all out with 75. It's not too bad. Got a small green arrow to 166k, I think, from 200. So it wasn't too bad. But I'm expecting that to go down.
Yeah,
even just with some sort of 2 points from playing because he's so high owned.
And Eric does 15 points. Are you forgetting about that?
Oh yeah.
Honestly, if he gets 2 points and plays, I'll be happy with that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, game week. Got Sterling in for this week and captained him.
Yeah, that was a solid captain.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Even though you didn't hit the Bruno captain, I think that hitting the Sterling captain still, it gained you a lot because it was 16 points that a lot of people didn't have.
Yeah, I think, was it Salah probably the most popular?
100% he was because I went on the FPL live rank thing. And Bruno for me this week was a differential because I captained him. And Salah was like, it was on the ones to like watch out for. So if he does anything, your rank drops. So it was sort of like over 75% of people must have captained Salah this week. It was the obvious choice, but I think what we discussed, obviously to the extreme extents of what we discussed in our sort of deadline stream actually went and happened, or in the stream in the preview stream that me and you did. In terms of
Brighton's defence was, the stats were always there, I guess. But
yeah, I just kind of had a feeling after the Spurs game, I saw that and was just like, I don't particularly feel like backing anyone, even though Salah. Obviously, this is a lot of hindsight and me taking a lot of credit for getting the right decision, but.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I didn't bring Sterling in, then Salah was probably going to be my captain.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Sterling move. Are you not at all worried about Son?
Not against Chelsea, no.
Against West Brom?
With no Kane still. Against West Brom, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't decided what I'm doing with Sterling just yet. I might keep him now that he's got a double in 24.
Yeah, we will come onto the doubles very shortly. I'm quite excited to talk about that, and that being released now is very, very good timing actually.
But in terms of being, what about Saturday tonight? Not so much because I think Mourinho plays sort of part of us football, but maybe against West Brom,
I mean, for me, I'm just hoping for like a 0-0, 1-0 Spurs. That would be absolutely ideal. Because the previous game was 0-0, which was kind of why, as you can see on the screen there, I kind of gave Dyer the nod ahead of Soufal. And currently, obviously he's yet to play, but it's looking like it could have been the correct decision. It's definitely one we'll wait and see. I think Dyer's actually only, now that these, actually, you know what, let's go straight on into it because I'm very keen to talk about these fixtures. So let me sort this out quickly, and boom, boom. Right, so I've transitioned the tweet out here. So let's talk FPL. The main man for fantasy has tweeted this out, basically saying that these fixtures have basically confirmed to be happening. So we have Burnley versus Fulham and Palace, game week 24, and then City versus Spurs and Everton, Fulham versus Burnley and Everton, and then Everton versus City and Fulham. In the 25 we have Leeds, Southampton and Wolves, and Southampton versus Leeds and Chelsea. So what are your thoughts on this, El? Some exciting news.
Yeah, there's some nice fixtures there. I'll definitely be looking to get keep City assets. Look to get a Burnley defender maybe. 24. In terms of Everton, I think I'll probably just stick with DCL. Because I think having Man City in your double game week isn't really a double game week.
No.
Because City will probably keep a clean sheet and will probably win.
Yeah.
But the game against Fulham's nice. So
I'll tell you what really tempts me is actually just doing a doubling down on the Burnley defence, just because of how good they've. Doubling down on Burnley. So I'd maybe like Ben Mee and Loughton if I could afford that. Let me see if I could afford that. Quickly, just take a look at the team. So Dyer out and him, and then we go Burnley. Loughton, I can 100% afford Loughton. I think.
How long's Taylor out for?
He's like hit and miss at the minute, I think. So Peters has been playing. So if you he has been getting the full 90 minutes in all the previous games. So I think it's a wait and see. But if Charlie Taylor is back for game week 24, then it will be a 100% green light for me for Charlie Taylor. Because for me it will be I can only really make defensive moves. I don't particularly fancy taking out Rashford before West Brom and Newcastle. I feel like he has the potential to do just as well as a single game week player. So definitely something to consider. But what are your thoughts on the game week 25? So you've got Leeds versus Southampton. You've obviously got Dallas.
I've already got Dallas and Bamford.
Which is solid.
I might look at bringing in Rafinha as well.
Yeah, very solid.
His price dropped actually last night, which was a bit of an odd one considering how well he's done.
What, Rafinha, really? Probably just other people. There's probably just other players, if you know what I mean, that people are looking at.
Yeah, that's true. Saints, I don't know. No, see how we've got a while till 25 still, so see how Saints get on between now and then. But they aren't looking the best at the moment, so I might just avoid them.
Yeah, that's completely fair enough. I'd be because you before 24, we've got if you banked your transfer for this week, then you've got 2 free transfers effectively. You've got 2 free transfers going into this game week. So for me, it's going to be deciding whether I want to change, because attacking wise, I can only really kind of take out Rashford to give me the funds. There's something. Oh, I could do that actually. That tempts me. Leeds' only other striker is Rodrigo, isn't it?
Yeah, is he still injured, or he was out recently, wasn't
he? Yeah, he's injured currently. Currently injured. So one to look at. I want to ponder. Or you've got like a Che Adams, There's potential. There's potential in Che Adams. A little punt on Che Adams. A lot to ponder though for sure. But anyway, let's have a quick little discussion on game 23. What the plans are for 23.
I just had a comment in the chat from Keegan Cast. He said he might put Dele Alli in.
Am I bringing? Wait, Dele Alli?
Yeah, I assume. Yeah, Dele. I'm not sure about that because he was wanting to move away to PSG, wasn't he? So I don't know how much he'll actually play.
I might put Dele in low. That would, Keegan, that would be one hell of a punt. that would be one hell of a punt. Is what I'd say. Even like we've joked about Lingard before, but Lingard could, after that brace, could be a potential option. I mean, I personally would still favour Souček, but Dele. I mean, it'll be a hell of a punt considering he's not even been playing, and I don't think he'll get the nod this week against West Brom. But if he plays tonight against Chelsea, then you could, it'd be a very maverick move, is what I'd say. I've got my team up here, so my GAMEWEEK 23 team lines up. I've got the captaincy on Son right now. What are your thoughts on captaincy, Al?
I really don't know, to be honest.
For me, it's
probably be the most popular option. With the fixture and stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know, Spurs are just so out of form.
I mean,
I might look at captaining Grealish maybe against Arsenal.
I mean, that I've been going the past 2 weeks. The last week with Salah, I was very fed up. I mean, to be fair, last week with Salah, there wasn't a particularly kind of everyone is going to pick this player sort of thing. It was very much a kind of a difference in captaincy, but Salah was definitely one of the lower picked captaincies last week. And I got fed up of sort of just like going with the grain and just, the Bruno against Sheffield, Bruno against whoever, and just thinking, like, I was just like, I'm just going to go against the grain in both weeks. And it's ended up, I've ended up getting lucky and going for it. So I'm really tempted actually to go with Bruno again. Against Everton. Because I do quite like that fixture, and Everton looked rather stinky in that game. Talking of, we've got a couple more comments in here from Keegan. Keegan says Jose's been talking about him a lot. Cancelo or Justin or Dallas for this game week. So yeah, I mean, if he plays, Keegan, if he plays tonight, then I reckon that Dele Alli could be could be a decent I mean, it's a punt. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's still a punt. I'm assuming. Are you saying that? Jay Ling is the most. Jesse Lingard is the most transferred in player already. Mr. Owner Brown coming in with. I think Lingard is still a big punt. Antonio assisting both. He's surely still the stronger option, even if he's supported strongly. Yeah, I mean, Antonio, I guess it just depends what spots you have free. I personally would go for Souček. But what are your opinions on Jesse Lingard? I know you were happy to see him score.
Oh yeah, I was so happy for him.
It's good for him, man. The stickies be getting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's been going through a tough time the past sort of 18 months or so.
Yeah, he had family problems as well, didn't he?
Fans and social media, and then sort of family issues he's been having as well.
It's good.
It was a very good move for him.
Yeah.
I don't. Although he played very well, I don't think he, even after a performance like that, he gets into the United team.
No, I think a club right now, like West Ham now, is definitely going to suit him, because he can play, and he can have a day where he can score a brace, but he can also have a day where he has an off day, and he won't be as scrutinised for it. And he was definitely, to be fair, like Pogba, he was one of Manchester United's scapegoats. And when you go through a bad club, a bad patch, at a big club like United, and you are the scapegoat, people are going to come for you. So I think it's a good move for him, and I'm glad to see him doing well.
Yeah. The only thing I mean, he could be a good pick because he can play in kind of multiple positions. He can play box to box. He can play. He can play in the wing. But it seems that yesterday he was playing with Fornals and Bowen benched, and I can't see them being benched every week.
That's the thing. There's definitely going to be rotation in that West Ham team.
Yeah.
Whereas Souček, is playing week in, week out. and just general other options in that kind of price bracket. You know, the likes of Gundogan, the likes of even Pedro Neto picked up an assist and got like bonus points galore. You've got Saka as well, who Saka just seemingly like he was sort of before I put in my buy hold sell video to sell him because he had an injury, and then I thought maybe I didn't look into it too much, but I thought he was going to be out for a little bit of time, and he ended up playing. So.
Okay.
Quickly, Al, have you got yourself a Beveragino? I've got myself a nice little beer. You can it's like fading away in the beer hawk glass. Very nice.
Lovely.
But this guy comes in with I'll bring up the double game week fixtures again, because Words with Friends 2 player who's coming with a comment. Is Chris Wood a good option for the double game week? And I reckon he could be a very good option, to be honest.
Yeah.
He didn't actually play. Yeah, that's the thing. If he didn't play in the last week, so it'd definitely be a wait and kind of monitor the injury with Chris Wood. It would definitely be a transfer I would lean away from just because of the Palace fixture. I wouldn't mind holding two Burnley defenders, just because if they keep a clean sheet against Fulham, then whatever happens in the Palace game I'm fine with, sort of thing. And to be fair, the Palace Burnley games are normally 1-0 either way, so if I've got my FPL brain on, then I think the Burnley defensive double up could be a good shout for that game week.
Is there anyone news on Zaha as well? Just thinking it might be even better for Burnley defensive.
Yeah, that's a good question. No Zaha. I've not seen too much. I don't think he will be. I think he might be benched this weekend, but I can't see him being out and for the Burnley game, for the Burnley one as well. To be honest, I can't see that happening. Just because it didn't look like it was that bad of an injury, if you know what I mean.
Was it not his hamstring?
Yeah, but I think it was like it was soft, if you know what I mean. I don't think it was
okay.
But it's definitely something I'll look into a bit more, and we'll probably know a little bit more by the time that kind of this game week rolls around. So we'll be able to make the decision beforehand. Just quick, there's 11 people in here, so there's 4 likes at the minute, so if you can push that up a little bit, that'll be unbelievable. Hit that subscribe button, obviously, if you're new around here. Keegan says, my team is De Gea, Dallas, Cancelo, Creswell, Gundo, Barnes, Bruno, Saka, Watkins, Antonio and Wilson. Bench is Foster, Salah, Justin, Bellerin. Oh my, benching Salah, you brave boy. That is something I personally don't think I'd ever do, but that it could pay off really well for you. Justin, I actually, weirdly so, I find just the fact that you're benching Justin a little bit more absurd than benching Salah, because they play Wolves, and Wolves have been awful of late. Yes, they got the win against Arsenal, but only because of one potentially bad refereeing decision and an absolute. I mean, have I talked to you since the Lent? Because that was absurd, wasn't it? It was ridiculous.
The David Luiz red card was a bit,
questionable. Yeah, it was harsh.
The Leno one, I don't know what Leno was thinking, to be honest.
Yeah, with the David Luiz one, I do actually think he intentionally cut across the back of him, if you know what I mean. So when you run across the back of a player, they're going to run into, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I do think there was a little bit of that in there, but obviously you can't kind of assume that. But
it's not real, isn't it? Is any contacts on a player without?
Yeah, exactly. I just remember when it took me back to, I remember like but when I used to play hockey at school, and there was a geezer running through on goal, I was kind of running next to him, and I kind of cut across him to my left so that his feet would like stumble into mine and fall over.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's that definitely because David Luiz is a smart enough player to know that. So I think there could have been some of that in there. Bench, yeah, I mean, it's a strong bench, and I think Justin especially you could be hurt by, because I think the Wolves fixture is very good. The Almighty, aka the Real Poet, coming in with life is just a bowl of cherries. Oh, beautiful. The Poet, don't take it serious. It's mysterious. Life is just a bowl of cherries. So live and laugh at love. Laugh, laugh and laugh and love. Some inspirational words right there from our resident poet. I don't know who to put him in for. Yeah, let's have a look. In that team now, who would you replace Justin with? I'd potentially Dallas. I don't. Is their next fixture's not that great? I don't. It's against Palace. Yeah, their next fixture's awful. So
I'm playing Dallas myself, to be honest. Yeah. Because Zaha will probably be out for at least the next one.
As a caution to Dallas owners, as a very biased caution, the last time Palace played Leeds, we scored 4 past them. So have that.
Yeah, you did, but flukes happen. So.
Yeah. Hey, come on! That was the week after. The week after we battered West Brom as well. Come on, man.
Sorry, his team is De Gea, Dallas, Cancelo, Cresswell, Window, Barnes, Bruno, Saka. I would bench. What was the fixtures actually?
I'll put your team up on screen there, as well. Currently, I didn't realise that you'd sent me the screenshot with the Grealish captain. Talk us through that, fella.
Yeah, so Arsenal obviously without David Luiz and Leno.
Dave in the chat. That's crazy, me. Yeah, thank you. We'll come to that question in a second, Dave. What are you saying now?
I just said it as well. Yeah, so obviously Arsenal's defence is a bit shaky for the next game. And Villa will want to respond after the loss to West Ham, so he's not my captain for definite. I should be a talking point if the screenshot was a captain.
Yeah. Is he like what percent would you say Grealish is like firmed as captain?
Maybe like 40%.
40%. So it's still a high. I also want to know actually. I want to know from the chat is can you hit, because there's a lot of noise coming from my laptop. So are you able to hear that through my mic? Because I'm always worried about there's too much kind of disruption noise in the background. Moment. That's good stuff.
So yeah, 40% Grealish captain, to be honest.
Yeah.
The other options, Bamford and Bruno.
Bamford and Bruno, yeah. Bamford, hold on. I just rolled Bamford off as a... Hold up a second. Yeah, Bamford as a captain versus Palace. You're having a giggle. Might as well captain Dallas, mate. Yeah, do it, captain Dallas. They're going to smack us. Do it. Alright, let's get on to David Minomas's question. Thoughts on Mbaye Diagne? He's got a couple of returns in the last 2, hasn't he? I think he's actually returned 2 assists in his last 2. So it's not a bad little signing for West Brom. Coming in at 6 mil, yes, I do think there are other better options. You have just brought him in an FPL person and said he'd captain Diagne on the alternate account and got an assist. I mean, if you captain Diagne this week, you would have done better than captaining Salah. So maverick plays, insane plays. But yeah, some big moves there, Dave. Some big moves. Bringing them in just before. I don't think they've got a good fixture this week. You're bringing them in just before they play Chelsea, so that's one hell of a move. But yeah, Diagne could come big. Got a couple of good fixtures soon, but definitely some other players that I'll be picking ahead of him. FPL person saying, I think the next 2 weeks for West Brom are hard, then they have a good fixture I think, so I may bring him in. I like game week 25. Yeah, I think a lot of people are actually going to be focused in now on those kind of double game week 24, 25, which I'll bring back up on the screen. I'm going to personally be doing a lot of pondering. What area are you going to be looking to kind of attack in this L? Are you going to be looking to the defence or looking to the attack for these game weeks?
For 24, I'll want probably a Burnley defence. Oh, I think that's better actually.
I can comprehend that.
City, I'll probably keep all three that I've got for that.
That's completely fair enough.
Stone Cancelo.
Yeah.
Probably look to bench boost 24 now, to be honest.
Bench boost 24. That's it. Like, that's our first up. So let's have a look at this team and sort of work us through the players that you bring in, take out, that would make the bench boost able to happen. Hello. Right. There we go.
I'm not. It's not my screen yet. So basically, I'd do Mitchell to Taylor.
Oh, I see. Mitchell to Taylor. So what's your money in the bank situation? Sorry.
It's about, I don't know actually. 2.2.
2.2. So plenty of manoeuvrability.
So
Mitchell to Taylor if he plays. That's.
Taylor. Yep.
I'd quite like Taylor to play game 23. Because then you'd be very. You could sort of. You know that he was going to play the week after, sort of thing.
Maybe Lowton then, or he's Lowton's cheaper, so I
think Lowton's a confirmed for me.
Yeah. And then Brewster out for. Let's see.
Yeah, who's Brewster coming out for? Chrissy Wood or?
I could bring in Chris Wood. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Plenty of players that could be a potential.
Maybe Barnes down to Rafinha, get a bit more money for the attacker.
Yeah, it's a hard.
This fixture, so I don't really want to take Barnes out.
It's a hard one for me because I know I want to take Rashford out, but I don't want to take him out for West Brom, and I don't want to take him out for Newcastle. Yeah. So it's a tough decision I'm going to make, and that's the main player where I can kind of get money.
I think Rashford could haul against West Brom. So he could get even more than a double game week player in a single.
Rashford could haul against easily. That's my kind of thing. Actually, this guy, talking of, we've just got a nice little comment in here from Ayan saying, he said Rashford or Salah, but retracted the message. But I think I think it's a very fair comment, so I will answer it. At the minute,
for this game week, or
I think it very much depends, because Rashford could easily in the next 3 game weeks outscore Salah, with Everton, West Brom and Newcastle, and Salah's finally hit Rashford's finally hit a little bit of form. Rashford could easily go and do something, but Salah always has the potential. What do you think, Aaron?
I think with United, when they play well, they tend to go on runs.
Yeah.
And you want their attackers when that happens. I thought there might be another dip after the draw to Arsenal and lost to Sheffield.
Yeah.
But one of the things about the Saints game, it was really good because every United player who needed a bit more,
a bit of a boost,
got the
like Martial and
needed. Yeah. Bruno got involved. Martial got involved.
100%.
Van der Beek didn't get a return, but he got 45 minutes. So it's going to be a very happy sort of dressing room at the moment at United. So and they've got the fixtures to go on a run, definitely. So Rashford would be one that I think would be a good pick. And then obviously on the reverse side, you've got Liverpool's form at the moment, which is very, very out of character for them, to be honest. Losing against Brighton, even like.
Yeah, I mean that's why I actually like they lost against Brighton. I genuinely can see them bouncing back and beating City every time they played City at Anfield, and obviously it's a different Anfield. But I think in these games, form goes out the window. In the games that the players know they have to kind of pull something out the bag, like the derby, like the Spurs Arsenal derby, doesn't matter how good or bad either team's been playing. The result that it can go either way on the day. So I am kind of I'm personally putting my kind of I put my neck on the line and say that I think Liverpool are going to win that game. Could very much come back and bite me. I've already had some scraps in my YouTube comment section saying that I'm an idiot for thinking Liverpool will win, but you know what? We'll see about it. Green Arrow every week saying, yo, how you doing, man? What do you think of Son in for Salah from -4? Planning on captain Son? Firstly, I say taking Salah out from -4 is something I don't think I would ever advise. I don't know if you're the same boat there, El, but
Even though he's playing West Brom, I still don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because his fixtures after that aren't great, and I'm not a fan of Spurs in terms of FPL at the moment.
Yeah.
When Kane comes back, that'll obviously change and stuff. But the way Mourinho's setting up Spurs at the moment, it's such negative formations and things.
It seems as though my mic is a little bit skewed. Let me turn this down a little bit and try and fix it, because this guy says my mic, and it is sort of maybe I might be a little bit too close to it. So let me see if that's any better. Because it's a little bit kind of overpronounced. It's unfortunate. I dropped it the other week, and I can't quite afford a new one yet. It's okay when I do the videos, but I just have to kind of get it right. Let me see if that's any better. Anyway, yeah, let's continue on through these comments. This guy saying he won't start. Is that Salah won't start, or I don't know.
Rahik asked if Kane starts tonight, will you bring him in? But it's basically confirmed that Kane isn't going to start. He's not even in the squad, so that's not a possibility.
Oh, Kane won't. Yeah, Kane won't start, I don't think. What were the other? We had another question from FPL person, I think, saying, what do you think about Man City's double game week? As I think that Man City may lose to Everton fixture, as they may concentrate on the Tottenham one. Quickly, before we get into this, we have got a fair few new people coming in here, so don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Obviously, if you're new around here, it really does help me out, and I do appreciate it. The Man City double up, L. What do we think about that Man City double fixture?
I'm not sure about the Everton fixture thing. I think there's nothing. Everton haven't shown anything that they've got the capability of beating City at the moment, and City definitely haven't shown any signs of being able to lose to a team like Everton at the moment. Because they might concentrate on Tottenham, I guess. But City have got Liverpool next week, and they didn't lose to Burnley today because they were concentrating on that. So I think it'll be 6 points from 2 for Man City, to be honest. I think they'll win them both. They're just so consistent at the moment, and the way Pep's got them playing is sort of back to the old City. They had a bit of a bumpy start to the season, didn't they? But
yeah, they had a little bit of a bump at the start, but they didn't really have too much of a pre-season. I do think that they'll concede, though. I think the Man City kind of clean sheet run will come to an end, because if you look at their past sort of 10 fixtures, they've basically played stinkers all the way through. I can't lie. They've literally been playing stinkers throughout the whole time. So I think against Spurs, if we could see Kane back for the Man City game. So I reckon we could get the end of the. I'm hoping genuinely for the end of the Man City streak. I also think we can see a fair few kind of I think we'll see some benchings that a lot of people don't like. I think Gundogan may be one of those in the double game week to get benched because he's been playing 90 minutes in like basically every game. We may see some Stones benchings. We may see some Cancelo's benching. We may, Diaz I'm not too sure about, but I think there'll be a lot of rotation in that Man City team. So we must.
I mean, Kane being back obviously helps Spurs, but I think people got to remember as well that Spurs isn't just Kane. Spurs comes with Mourinho as well, and Mourinho against City will not be. They won't be wanting to attack City. Let's say they'll be very defensive, and so I think a City clean sheet is possible against Spurs. To be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. A bit of City clean sheet is definitely could definitely be on the cards. I'm kind of speculating from a point of I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean probably won't. Like Kane's so good.
Yeah. If Kane is back,
Mourinho,
I'd back it. If Kane is back, I'd back it.
Yeah. But I've seen Spurs fans on Twitter getting so annoyed with the way that Mourinho's sort of playing now, because at the start of the season Spurs were a really attacking, really exciting team to watch. They
were.
But now it's like same old Mourinho, sort of park the bus for every game and
park the bus,
and hit on the break and stuff.
Yeah, it's boring to watch for Spurs, and when the results are going for you, it can be very frustrating. To ask regarding Cancelo as a captain and playing Bamford, are we all dreaming of some magical rose garden over the horizon instead of enjoying the roses leaving us? Yeah, I mean, Cancelo captain has actually it's sorted people out over the last few weeks. If you captained him this week, you would have dodged a bullet with Salah. If you captained him a couple of weeks ago, you would have had the 17-pointer. And if you captained him last week, as long as you had a decent vice captain, he actually would have done you okay. So Cancelo as captain has actually been sorting people out over the last couple of weeks. So I don't think he's necessarily too bad of an option. Penguin comes in with, "Hey lads, how you doing? How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you're streaming soon. Caught your video the other day, but yeah, looking forward to the next one, and should talk soon." Lingard and Trossard, nice differentials to look at. Yeah, we had a little discussion on Lingard earlier on in the stream. Trossard is not really one I've seen talked about very much. I think Brighton have got some nice fixtures at the minute. Trossard, I'm not sure. I saw him on the bench, but I think that was probably him being subbed off. So let's reiterate. What do you think about Lingard and Trossard?
Yeah, Lingard we kind of spoke about. I think it's although he played really well, it's kind of a watch and wait with Lingard for a few more game weeks, just to see how much game time he gets.
I think
it's possible that we'll see him benched again next week. But who knows? And then Trossard, Brighton got some decent fixtures like dead. Just having a look now, they've got Burnley next, and then Villa and Palace. So not bad.
Not too bad.
I just think, especially with the announcements of the 2 double game weeks now, I'd probably saving my chances for double game week players instead of single game week players.
Yeah. We're getting quite a lot of a fair few people in here, so obviously, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, we're on 11 likes right now. If we can push that at all up to 15 by the end, that'll be unbelievable. Hit that subscribe button if you're new on here for that daily FPL content. I'm actually releasing a buy-sell video after this one, so go and check that out afterwards. Casillas comes in with got in Salah for Sterling for game at 23 and regretting the free transfer wasted. Would it be wise to bring in Son or Rashford game at 24 onwards for Salah? So what do you think? Would you this person's brought in Salah for this game week, already thinking about getting them out? I'm personally probably saying no, but what are you thinking now?
So he would be gone 24 onwards.
Force.
So keeping for Rashford or Son. Yeah, I'll probably if you're going to get rid, probably bring in Rashford, to be honest.
Yeah, that's about if you're going to get rid of Rashford. I personally sort of think you brought in Salah. I don't like once you've brought a player in, kind of then taking them straight out. Because you did the hokey pokey with Mane and Salah last year, didn't you? And you were always kind of chasing the other one, if you know what I mean.
It just never works.
So I'd say generally, if you're bringing in a player like Salah, maybe like hold fast on him for a little bit. But that being said, Rashford's fixtures do look really nice, so I definitely do not mind Rashford at
See what
all.
happens. See what happens. 23. If Liverpool still look poor, then fair
Yeah,
enough.
100%.
But yes, if he still scores against City, then I'll probably keep him.
Sam comes in with the "Don't you dare say that about Gundogan." I mean, I can see it happening, Sal. I can see it happen. I can see the bench happening. How long have we going for? We're going for 42 minutes. Probably go for another sort of five or 10 more minutes if that's good with you, Bell.
Yeah.
And something I did say that I would discuss, and I'll bring it on screen now, is the main man Ben Crellin on Twitter. His kind of his templates regarding the blank, regarding the double game weeks. They're really, really good. And this is his blank game week 29 template. So basically, it shows you what kind of needs to happen for certain teams to get blanks. So we can see that we've obviously got the Fulham versus Leeds as a confirmed fixture going ahead in game week 29. And it seems as though the most likely other fixtures to go ahead will be West Ham, Arsenal, Brighton, Newcastle and West Brom, Everton, with most of the other ones likely to be being called off that week. I have seen stuff, however, with the Aston Villa fixture. If the Sheffield United versus Villa fixture is called off, it's likely that Spurs v Villa may actually be moved to that week. So definitely things to consider. Have you sort of started planning at all to game week 29 now, or are you just sort of holding off?
See what happens a bit nearer the time, really.
Yeah.
I think the focus at the moment is the sort of new doubles that have been announced.
100%.
But it's nice that Leeds have got a definite one. I'll probably have 3 Leeds players by then, so that'll be helpful. I might get Lookman in for Fulham.
Yeah, there's a few players that I'm kind of looking at, and like the annoying thing for me is the main one is Rashford. I could get rid of DCL, but am I doing that before a double? Probably not. Let me bring up the 24-25 fixtures once again. My thinking may well be to bring in, to sort of keep DCL for game 24, and then bring in like a Che Adams or a Danny Ings for 25. That definitely could potentially tempt me. Because they've got a double fixture, but against Leeds, you can, in a single game week against Leeds, a player can score 2 or 3 goals, and then the fixture against Chelsea would just be a sort of top up. So I personally would definitely be looking at that. But yeah, we've got 5 more minutes. Is there anything? Go on.
Yeah, I think you've also just got to keep in mind what happens in game week 30 and onwards. Like, do you really want to be getting rid of players that say United assets when they have Brighton the week after? Or West Ham assets when they have Wolves just the week after. So even if I'm only playing sort of 5 or 6 players, 29, then
it's one to ponder and definitely one to think about, especially with these game weeks here. A lot of people are going to be having to do a lot of planning going into the future. With this one. But yeah, I'd say we're going for another 5 minutes, but I promised you a section on Manchester United, so please, this is your section now. Take us away.
I mean, obviously, just absolutely gassed with 9-0. Obviously, we're benefited by the 2 red cards. I'm not going to not pretend that they didn't have an influence on the game, which they did. But I mean, Spurs fans were allowed to celebrate their 6-1 against us, even though Martial got sent off.
6-1? 6-1.
I think 6-1. Yeah. So I think we should be allowed to celebrate this.
You're
it's
allowed,
also
you're
good
allowed to
because
celebrate this. Yes, you are.
It got our goal difference back on with sort of equal with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which was helpful because the goal difference before the game wasn't. I think we had plus 10.
What's it compared to City?
I think City's still way ahead, to be fair. Let me have a quick look.
So it'll be a point.
City were plus 26, we're plus 19. So still 7 off City, but City have always got a high sort of goal difference these days, haven't they? The amount of goals they put away. But no, I thought everyone played really well for United. Everyone who needed to play well and, like we were saying before, needed that confidence boost, got it. Martial got himself a brace.
Yeah.
Bruno was back in the goals. Rashford was in the goals. Greenwood got an assist.
Goals.
Pogba got a full 90 rest, so even though he didn't play, he still almost benefited from the game in terms of a rest. Luke Shaw, again, unbelievable. And I just think the way that Ollie managed the team during the game was brilliant. The sort of formation he played in the second half, where he went to 2 at the back and basically 6 players up front, was really good. It was a good statement of intent to go and
100%, man. It was a good. I didn't actually watch the game. I saw the highlights because I was watching the Palace game. But just to kind of like hear how it was unfolding with the goals just kept rolling in. It was crazy to sort of see what happened. I quickly want to hover over this comment from Green Hour a Week. Basically, Owen sums up that very nicely. He says, who's captain? Grealish, Barnes, Fernandes, Bamford or Antonio? And Owen said, roll a dice with that many options. I think, I'm pretty sure you flipped a coin last week, didn't you? And you landed on Cancelo, and obviously that didn't work out too badly. So probably maybe narrow it down a little bit, and if you're really not sure, flip that coin again. But is there anything you would like to particularly end on now?
No, I think out of those fixtures, just in from Aaron Dyer's not in the squad tonight. Interesting.
Say that again.
So Dyer's not in the squad, just in from Aaron there. That's interesting.
So the lineups are out for the Spurs game, and Aaron's just commented Dyer is not in the squad, but unfortunately for you, Aaron, you're not getting a reaction out of me because I have already been on my phone and see that Dyer is starting. So I'm rather happy, and big up the Spurs, big up the Son, and we'll see. I'm intrigued by this. Alonso starts again, James starts as P comes in, Werner's up front with Hudson-Odoi and Mount. Again. Thiago Silva and Rudiger, my man Rudiger, could be a differential pick at 4.5 mil. Couple of nice fixtures, one to keep your eye on. But I think we are gonna end it there after. Jeez, I was gonna say you gave me a heart attack, but you didn't. I was one step ahead of you. Unlucky, boss. Unlucky. But thanks everyone for joining in once again. I'll try and sort my mic out for the next one because I think the sound quality hasn't been too great. But thanks for joining us, and especially thanks to Mr. L for joining me today.
It's alright, no worries. Cheers.
Catch you in a bit, everyone. Have a good one.